She used to be my girlfriend back in my high school days. We have been far from each other. Recently, we met at a workshop and have intercourse. I did not know she is now into an evil society. After sleeping with her, I lost my voice. As I'm typing this message, I hear my voice being used somewhere very far. It will be in a... Hello viewers, welcome once again to another educative episode of African Confessions HD, right here on Extraordinary Africa. My name is Solution Uncle. If you're still new in this show, we publish a lifetime confessions. Usually, we publish anonymously for their own safety reasons. Listeners, you're having a problem, don't go to the forest and commit suicide. Feel free to share your story with us. Don't be shy, don't be afraid. It's for free. That's why we opened this platform for you to share your stories. Your story can be an educative thing to others. Other people might learn from your story. So don't be shy, don't be afraid. In today's video, we have two confessions. This first confession of a man who is saying he slept with a queen snake girl of the evil society. Also, the second confession of a politician who sacrificed his own daughter to gain popularity. Yellow Solution Uncle. My first name is Talent. Please do not disclose my surname. This is my experience with a snake girl. Most people don't understand how all of a sudden I became dumb. I can hear, but I can't talk. It is difficult to tell my relatives. I know they will tell my wife the whole story. With the state I am now in, I'm afraid to lose her. She will definitely leave me. I lost my voice after I cheated on my wife with a snake girl. It happened as follows. I grew up in a neighborhood in Lusaka in Zambia. Both my parents were employed by railways. We stayed in a workers' compound. Next to our house was staying a man and his family. They were from Kitwe. The family has been good neighbors till their niece paid them a visit. Her name was Samantha. Samantha was so social, intelligent at school, light brown in complexion, and good looking. That year I was around 17 years old. I started approaching for love to her. Samantha resisted but later on accepted. We chose to keep our relationship secret and dated for a month without anyone aware of it. One night, the neighbors were not around. Samantha texted telling me she was afraid to sleep alone. I was tempted to go there for a sleepover. Went there and slept over. Come tomorrow morning. We failed to wake up on time, and the neighbors returned from the night church service and discovered me and their niece in their bedroom. From that day, we always have arguments as neighbors. The man was threatening to bewitch me, and next morning my brother died. That was my young brother. Neighbor did the same, and my other young brother died. This all tells us this man used juju. Even when I went to sleep over, I suspect it's juju which made me not to wake up in time. After having misunderstanding several times, my parents went to the railways offices and requested to be transferred. Within few days, the transfer was approved. We moved to another city, I can't mention. I was not yet because I was still in love with Samantha. It took me time to move on with life. Samantha was always in my mind. With time, I healed and moved on with life. I finished secondary school and went to tertiary education. At the university, I met a girl who is my wife now. She was so loyal. After graduating, we got married. We all got employed by a company based in Lusaka. My wife and I are blessed with 2 kids. We stayed peacefully till we moved to Lusaka. Here I cheated on my wife after meeting Samantha on one of the workshops. She was looking so good. I was tempted and the temptation overpowered me. I lied to my wife that I was going out with work. I booked for a night at a local lodge. We went to the lodge with the girl and slept together. We had 2 rounds and I fell asleep. I woke up at around midnight and noticed she was no longer beside me. I started hearing a sound of something which was fidgeting over the floor. I wore my shirt and stood. I discovered the whole floor aside the bed. There was a huge snake, moving, fidgeting. It was looking like an angry snake. I jumped over the tail and went straight to the door and discovered the door was now locked. The door which was not locked by the time we entered into the room. I shouted. By the time I shouted extremely and I lost my voice. I heard something came out from me by the time I shouted. I fell asleep. I could not understand and remember what later happened. I only know waking up in the morning, someone was knocking on the door and said, "Yay, can you please come out? Your time is over." It was the attendant of that lodge. I asked, "Where did you see the girl as I was with over this night?" They said they don't. Even the guards who were on duty, they don't saw it. So now this is the problem. I lost my voice, but I'm feeling if I tell my relatives, they will tell my wife. But my problem won't be solved without telling my relatives. They should know so that they know where to start from. When we are walking to traditional healers, seeking for deliverance, they should know the truth. But I don't know how exactly to do that. I know my sisters are not good at keeping secrets. They will definitely tell my wife and she will leave me. Please, Solution Uncle, don't scold me. Even long comments I will read. This is the problem which is affecting me. Please notify me when you post. I will be waiting to watch and hear the confession. I'm sorry for being long, but this is the problem which is affecting me. Yellow Solution Uncle is per tradition and hide my identity. I am a politician from a country in Africa. I will never mention the country, but the problem is affecting me and it will affect the future generations to come. I was influenced by the political party. This is what they are doing to remain in power. They are sacrificing their families. They are sacrificing their kids. So I want to be promoted. And I held meetings with some of the parties I like. They told me to go and take one of my children. She must die for me to have a place in the political party. Also, I needed to have a degree which was required for that ministerial post. I went to the university and upgraded my studies. I only have 2 daughters, the firstborn and the secondborn. My wife was always suspicious. She is someone who grew up in Christianity, going to church, doing all her things in a godly way. So after I started this political career, we became not that in a good relationship because my wife was someone who is praying always. I was changed. I was now a changed person. I took the underwear of my daughter and went with it to the traditional healer, who is with the duty of doing it for all the politicians in the political party. We went to a country I can't mention. We went to the traditional healer. The traditional healer took the underwear of my child and let a dog eat that underwear. When I arrived to my native country, my daughter was mentally ill. The next day, she rushed into an oncoming truck and hit by that truck. As I'm speaking now, she is in a grave. She died on spot. The political party sponsored everything. We buried her, and I was given the post. I was earning money, but I was not enjoying the money. I saw that child of mine I killed. She comes into my office. Sometimes she could destroy everything in the papers and make it in a way that I will be under trouble. She is always coming in my dreams, crying, and I'm now feeling guilty. I did a wrong thing. I thought I was going to win the post, then I would take care of my kids. But this is not what is happening. I am thinking to kill myself several times. But who will take care of the other daughter? To worsen the situation, the other daughter is disabled. My wife is now into prostitution. I don't know and understand her behaviors. She went to local prophetesses and prophets. They told her I'm the one responsible for killing the child. She is heartbroken to an extent she can't even control herself. She is sleeping with different married men. I'm not taking action because I know what I did behind the back. That's my story. I killed my own daughter to be famous in politics. I am earning, but I'm not enjoying. Please help me with ideas. What should I do? Or else I'll kill myself. First and foremost, I'd like to thank our sister Gloria Kabatile, for providing data bundles for us to be able to upload this video. Thank you so much, sister. May God bless you. May God bless you and family. Another thing, I'd like to thank the people who have confessed. As I said earlier on, we learn from your mistakes. In life, sometimes we learn from other people's mistakes. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with us. And the people who are listening, thank you so much for taking your time to listen to these confessions. The first confession of a man who slept with an evil girl from a dirty society, and also the second confession of the politician who killed his own daughter to pull the crowds. To pull the crowds. This world we are living. That's why I always say we need to pray. Before traveling, we need to pray. Before sleeping, we need to pray. Midnight, we need to pray. Set your alarm. Wake up and pray. Starting a new day, pray. Midday, pray. Before going into a business partnership, before going into a relationship, before meeting new people, you need to pray for that. Because the devil is always at work 24/7, trying to ruin our lives. So we need to be very careful in this life. We need to be very, 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 very careful. This world we are living. Thank you so much to the people who confessed. And our daily verse for today, I won't go without reading that verse. I won't go without reading that verse. This is John chapter 16, verse 13. I have told you these things so that in me you have peace. In this world you have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. God is far away. I think you now understand. God is the King of Kings. He is the creator of heaven and earth. So why not? Don't be afraid when you put yourself in God's hands. We need to put ourselves in God's hands. We need to teach our children to pray because they'll end up in such troubles. We need to teach them to pray when they are still young. They should be afraid to live without praying. Thank you so much, listeners. Thank you so much, Sister Gloria. May God bless you. The people who confessed, thank you so much. Until we meet again in another episode, bye for now.